Here we are. Good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm a couple of seconds late. We were chatting and I lost track of time. So good morning, good morning, good morning, Colleen. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And
Hello,
we are here with the lovely Linda.
Hi, everyone.
So excited and happy that we've got Linda joining us today. We are going to have a fun morning. We've got a lot to talk about, and I am excited that we've got Linda here with us. And I think we've got a few people let's see. As you guys know, I'm still trying to figure all this stuff out. I think I've got it set right. I think so. So, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Hello. Well, it's afternoon here, actually. It's just gone 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. I have to get used to all the time differences. And
yeah. Are you where are you? Are you in Texas at the moment?
No, not anymore. We're now in Washington State. So now I'm in Pacific time.
So you are...
It's 8 o'clock here, 8 in the morning.
8 hours behind me.
Mm-hmm. So I have to get used to it being even farther away from so many of the people that I interact with. I'm used to... Normally it would be 10 o'clock when I do these, but it's now 8 o'clock for me, which works out better, actually. I'm kind of a morning.
It gives you the rest of the day then.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Well, and Rick will tell you, my husband, he'll tell you I'm an all-day person. Never stop.
That's nice. That is nice. Yeah. And I woke up even earlier this morning. I woke up at 5:30 this morning. Oh, you're in Washington too. How exciting. I'm on... where am I? I don't know east from west. I have been terrible about that. We're on the east. I'm on the east side.
The east side.
Yeah, we're almost... We're just a few minutes from the Idaho border. So we're almost into Idaho. Hi, good morning, Susan. Thank you so much for popping in this morning.
Hi, Susan. Hi, Lashira. Blessings to you too. Nice to see you, honey. Hope you're well.
So, Linda, I have some... Oh, you're in Yakima. Okay, that's not too far. You're right. You're kind of in the middle.
Hi, Roseanne. Hi, Christina. She's in Central Washington.
Central Washington. Goodness, we've got the whole Washington group in here this morning.
Yes, nice.
Did you guys get snow the last few days? I cannot believe how much snow we are getting in the middle of April.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? We haven't touched wood. I don't want snow. I want sun.
Well, I didn't want snow either, which is, why I moved to Texas. And then it was so dirty where we were. It was so dirty and windy and dirty. No, it is not normal to get this.
No, it isn't.
My birthday is the end of March, and I can remember very few times when... Oh, hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia.
Cynthia, did you get my email yesterday, this morning, last night? Yes. I can remember, like, I can count on one hand the number of times that we had snow at my birthday. Usually it was way too late in the month for that. And then I come home in the middle of April and I've got 4 inches of snow on the ground. Absolutely ridiculous.
I know. There's something to be said for global warming, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, Linda.
Yes.
I was surprised when I found out how long you had been on YouTube.
Yeah.
It has been a long time. Do you think that most people realize how long you've been on here?
No. Unless I tell them.
Yeah. And of course, how long you've been on. Why don't you tell people how long you've had a YouTube channel?
About 10 years.
Yeah. 10 years. I'm like, I don't even remember YouTube being a thing 10 years ago. You must have been just a baby when it started.
Well, I retired. I took early retirement and I was very much into mixed media.
Yes.
and I was playing with my melt pot and some spellbinder dies, and I just had this idea one day to pour the mixture onto the die and lift it off, and it left the imprint. It didn't damage the die, and I realized yesterday that video, because once I've done the video, it's done, gone, and move on to the next one. You don't go back and revisit.
Right.
And I revisited, I just out of curiosity really, and that video has had over 5,000 views.
Wow.
I was so shocked, because to me, and obviously Rick was stood behind me videoing it. I mean, it's nowhere near as professional as what I'm doing now, the way I handle things, my intros and whatever. And then I worked for a company called Imagination Crafts, and they did like a gel with glittering and stencils, and you put the gel over the stencils and lifted the stencil off, and it left a lovely background. Or you could make a card with it, or you could add it onto canvases and everything. So I did a tutorial on that, and that's had over 8,000.
Yeah, I saw the one with the heart. It was so cool.
Yeah. So there's a lot of mixed media videos at the moment. There's more mixed media until I decided. When did I decide? Not last year, year before. In the October, that was it. I'd had enough of mixed media, making cards and whatever. I was going to concentrate on my first love, which was knitting and crocheting. And when I joined the fibre community in the October of 2020, and my channel just went berserk then. It just, I kind of, it's not even 2 years yet, and I've gained a lot more subscribers. I've gained over 2,000 subscribers than the first 8 years, and I only got 2,000 subscribers. So it just shows you that the support in our community is more supportive, more giving than the mixed media side, because mixed media is very much what's the word I'm looking for? It's all about them. It's all about who can design or who can create something. Whereas with crocheting and knitting, the knitting stitches and the crochet stitches have been out there hundreds of years, so nobody's in competition with each other. We're just sharing and inspiring, and look, I found a way to do this, or it's uplifting, and I just love it. I just love it. Hi Dana, hi Bailey. Gosh, everybody's coming in. Hi everyone.
Yes, I was just going to take a moment and say hello to everybody that has just joined us. Hooked on Deneen, thank you. Maribel, Roseanne, Lashira. And am I saying that right? Is it Lashira?
Yeah, Lashira.
Lashira. I'm so bad with names.
Here as well from
Julie.
Saskatchewan.
Oh,
hi
Haley.
Julie.
And Marsh Knitting. Hello. Cynthia, hello again. Dinky Crafts, I think I missed you.
Hi Jennifer. She's in the UK like I am.
Oh, nice.
Gina's here as well.
So we've got the whole world in here.
Yes, we sure have. That's what I love about I love about it. It's just everybody from all over the world. We've all got that common interest, and every country has their own way of doing things, and we just share. It's just a sharing, caring community, and I love it. I love being part of it.
Well, it's so wonderful that no matter what you're trying to do, there's some place you can go and get some help. And I know I've asked you on a live, what do I do with this? And you're like, boom, 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 2 seconds and it's done. We're
always sure to find somebody who knows exactly what you want to know. that you're
Yes.
not sure of, and somebody can explain it to you and you think, oh gosh, yeah, of course you do it that way. It's brilliant. It's really good.
And I used to be a visual, I don't know how to say that, visual learner. I used to have to read something to understand the instructions, and I have turned into needing to be shown, where if you show me something one time, I've got it. But if I have to read, and I think it's because with patterns, everybody says something just a little bit different.
Yes.
And like I saw something the other day that said slip stitch and then continue knitting. And I'm like, but isn't that going to leave a hole if I just move it from this side to that side? So I thought, I'll check with Linda when I get to that point. She'll set me straight. But yeah, it's and with the variety of YouTubes and the variety of instructors, just because I can't figure it out with this one, I go to somebody else and it makes perfect sense.
And that is what is amazing, because I'm left-handed crocheter.
So am
I. But I cannot watch left-handed tutorial.
Correct.
I have to watch a right-handed tutorial.
And then
because the person who taught me was right-handed.
Yes.
So she would sit this side of me on my right-hand side, and I would be on the left, and I just copy what she did, so, and I if I follow a left-handed, I get so confused that I end up throwing it, and then I kind of think, calm down, go back, find the right-handed one. And there's so many different people out there who do tutorials that you're bound to find someone that works for you. We don't all have to follow the same person for this particular tutorial, so that's the beauty of it. That is the real beauty of it, that there can be tons and tons of tutorials out there for double crochet for a newbie, until they found that person that they click with, understand, and then they're off and running. And I think that's brilliant.
And I know some people even, I had a friend of mine, I wanted to learn guitar, and he's an amazing guitar player. And I'm like, teach me. And he goes, I can't teach. I can play, but I cannot teach. And so that's another thing. Just because your auntie or your next door neighbor can make wonderful things does not mean they can teach. And that's something else that's a thing.
And I've learned so much. I mean, when I learned to crochet, I made doilies with the very fine
I love those.
30 cotton, and so when I joined the fiber community, kind of I was using yarn, and that's the first time kind of everything last year that I made was something new to me, because I'd never done it before.
Wow. That's phenomenal. Yeah, I was really, really surprised to find out that our Linda is into steampunk. That threw me for a little bit of a loop.
Oh yes, that's when I did, obviously when I did mixed media, and that steampunk was my go-to, really was my go-to. If I was stuck, I just keys, old bits of nuts and bolts and zippers and whatever, just threw it all on the canvas, and sometimes it turned out good, sometimes it ended up in the bin, but hey, I had to play. That's what it's all about, guys.
And I love keys too. I love old keys. And I was just wondering, are you finding any ways to incorporate that into your yarn work?
Not really, no, because I kind of I made the conscious decision that I was going to embrace my my crocheting. At first, I wanted to embrace my crocheting. I wanted to build my skills and knowledge with crocheting, because obviously I've only done doilies, and I wanted to build on that. And then I saw a couple of channels. Gina, Knitting Turnpike, I saw she had a knitting channel, and I thought I could do knitting as well. it's fiber. And that was it. I was up and running then. I was off. I was off. So.
Your love for the craft shows in everything that you do. The reason I thought of that is because, especially like with the doilies, and I do a lot of cross stitch as well. I haven't for several years, but I'm bringing that back up too. And I know a lot of times they add little things. They add beads. They add little charms. And the key, the little key, I often see a little key added to it. And that made me think of your little doilies, and you know, you think of little music boxes or little jewelry boxes with the little keys. That you've got me thinking, girl. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, actually, you've got me thinking kind of. Yes, you have.
Those little tiny keys that you remember when we used to get the little diary and it had the little key on
yeah.
it.
Oh, I love them. And they were flat. They didn't have, they weren't like a proper key. They were like flat. And if you lost it, you'd panic.
Oh, yeah, because nobody could get into that diary without that key, right?
Yeah. I've got quite a few. If you just bear with me, I can show you one.
Absolutely. I'll say hi to some people. Yeah, the charms, Dana. Hey, I'm going to take a second, Dana, and let everybody know. I just saw a post that you are going to be doing a crochet along this fall. So everybody make sure you pop over to Dana's Wanderlust Crochet, and check out her upcoming crochet along. I am pleased to be a pattern tester for her. So you guys, you're going to be super, super excited. Yep, there it is. There's the hashtag Christmas Crochet Along CAL 22. Make sure you pop in and check out her crochet along.
These are some of my steampunk makes.
Look at that. That is amazing. Oh, I'm going to look on my tablet because you're going to know I'm having a vision issue right now.
Yeah.
And I can't see it.
So it's a shadow box, guys. So as you can see, and I've decorated this side and added the kind of the patina to give it that look. And these are just embellishments and that. And they've got the bird, and it says family with the rice paper of the family, and there's keys and cogs and a peg that says timeless. So that's just one of them. And then I've got this one. This is one of my favorites. Creativity takes courage, guys.
Wow. So that's an actual clock?
No, it's you know what you put your cake on.
Oh yeah. It looks like a clock though. Wow, you could put one of those things on the back and turn it into a clock.
Yeah, you could. In fact, I have done, but it's gone.
That is wonderful.
So I've done that one. And then like old coffee jars, I did this.
Amazing. So now that's using that
using rice paper or tissue paper and gluing it onto your jar, and then adding wooden flourishes that you can manipulate, and then just paint it all black. And then I've gone over with the blue turquoise teal color, so you can see. So yeah, that's everything that I used to do.
Wow, that's amazing. You're so talented.
Thank you guys.
Unbelievable.
Oh, thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bailey, Colleen, Lashira. Thank you.
It's so interesting. We get so used to seeing people on YouTube in a specific niche.
Yeah.
And when we learn all the different kinds of things, that all their different talents and the different things they're interested in.
And do you know what surprised me as well is the people, like I'll get comments of old mixed media videos, and it just surprises me because now I don't class myself as a mixed media artist. Now I'm a yarn I'm a fiber artist now, and that's what we all are in the fiber community. We are artists because we create beautiful pieces of work, whether it's a pair of socks, a hat, an amigurumi, a shawl, a sweater, a cardigan, whatever you create, we are fiber artists. And that's what I say we all are, because we are.
We absolutely are. Good morning, Amber. I'm still so funny.
Amber's here. Hi, Amber.
I'll see somebody's name pop up, and I want to wave at them.
I know. Hi.
So if you guys see me do this,
I love that woman, Amber. I absolutely love her. I watch her, and I'm absolutely wetting myself with laughter because she is a nutter. And if we ever met, I think we would just hit it off straight away. We'd be like that. We'd be mad,
laughing and crying so much. Oh, that is.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. Oh, you're all so kind to me. Thank you. Oh, I love Amber. When I see she's done a video, I think I stop everything and I sit and I watch her, and I'm like, if I need cheering up, I just go straight to her channel and watch one of her videos, because you can guarantee she picks me up. You're going to be laughing. No airs and graces. No, what you see is what you get, and that's what I love.
Yep, absolutely, 100%. It was.
Excuse me, guys.
Absolutely. So I was looking at some of your older things, and I saw so many of the beautiful things, and then I see the beautiful things that you create now. Where do you get your inspiration from?
My fellow Yarny Fiber sisters.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat, everybody inspires me, not just the big channels either, the little channels.
Oh, yeah.
There's some amazing creative artists out there, and they just inspire me. And there's too many to mention, you all inspire me. And if I'm looking for something or I want ideas, I just have to mention it in a video, and the comments are, it's just, it really is amazing. It really is. Oh, that's great. Colleen's just picked up her knitting. Any pointers? Take it slow, practice, just enjoy it. Chill, get into a nice position, make sure you're relaxed and comfortable, and just enjoy it. Enjoy the process. That's all I can say. And that's all I do. I just get into, whether I'm sat here in my nookery or I'm downstairs watching television, I'm relaxed, I'm comfortable. Just go for it. Just enjoy. And if you need any help, you can always email me, and I'm more than happy to do a video chat with you, and we can talk, and you can tell me what you need help with, and I'm more than happy to help.
And Colleen, as a pretty recently picked up on the knitting, you're going to make mistakes, and don't beat yourself over.
Exactly. Don't. Even I make mistakes. After all the years I've been knitting, I make mistakes too. So don't, excuse me. I know it's worse taking knitting out than it is to frog crochet, because it takes longer to get back to where you are. But, just enjoy the process, honey. Just enjoy it, and obviously I'm always there if you need any help.
I find that I decide quite frequently I can live with my mistakes in my knitting much more. I'm like, it's fine. It'll be fine. Nobody will notice. It's fine.
It's fine. Unless it's a pearl stitch on a knit row, and then you think, no, it won't be fine. It needs to. Or I don't even frog anymore. I just go to the place where it is and scoop the stitch down to it. I've made the mistake, and then get my crochet hook and loop it back up so it's a knit. It's sock and stitch. It's nice. That horrible pearl stitch is gone.
Yep. Absolutely. So you started out, you've been crocheting for a long time then, right?
I started crocheting when I was 20.
Okay. So a couple years.
Yeah, I lived in Turkey for about 12 months, and my ex-mother-in-law taught me how to crochet. And in fact, when I think about it, we had a Turkish lady who lived next door to us when I was about 18, and she was making doilies, and I was just so fascinated. And in fact, I think she is actually the first one who taught me, but I didn't start properly crocheting until I was 20.
Yeah,
I've been knitting a lot longer than crocheting though.
I in my mind, you're a knitter. And so when I see you crochet something, I'm like, oh, she's learning crochet now too. And so, you know, the things that we think, and then I'm like, yeah, you've been doing it for, you know, your whole life, basically. That surprises me sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's like 42 years in July, I would say.
Yeah, that's a couple of years.
A couple of years, just a few. But I've been knitting a lot longer than that.
Well, how did you pick up the knitting?
My dad taught me.
Oh.
I was 5 years old. I was
Wow.
hyperactive. We had obviously I had two younger sisters, and I was a hyperactive child, and my mum couldn't teach me. She just could not. I couldn't get it off my mum. We sat for ages, and I was getting so frustrated. And because my dad could knit, because my nan taught me dad and his brother and sisters how to knit, because they knitted socks. So my dad just literally sat me on his knee. He put his arms around me, and he held the needles, and he taught me. And I actually knit right-handed. And I've never looked back. Yeah, so my dad taught me, and that's something that is really special for me. You know, it's a lovely memory I've got. And that, so yeah, my dad taught me when I was 5, so that's going on to for 57 years.
That's amazing. What did you when you first started knitting, what did you knit?
It was just kind of scarves and little things like that, just to get the, you know, as I always say in my knitting tutorials, just practice, guys. Just practice. Watch the tutorial first. Listen to what and take notes as you're watching it. You're listening to what I'm saying, so that when you go away and do it, even though you've got the video on and I'm talking, because you've already got the visual of me explaining to you what we're doing, you're not like this all the time with your head, because you've got an actual you've got a visual of what I'm talking about, and you know exactly where I'm going when I'm saying kind of in, round, through and off, or, you know, you scoop or whatever, you know, whatever words I say. And I kind of repeat myself, and I go as slow as I can. And I tell you guys, when I do them tutorials, it kills me because I am so fast at knitting that I have to bring it down to like 10% of the speed that I go at. So, you know, and I don't want to take the speed down. You know, when I'm editing my video, I don't want to take the video down so it's slow and that, but I think I talk you through as many stitches as I can, and I think to myself, right, Linda, you've talked enough, let them just do it now.
Well, and we can always slow down the videos.
Yeah.
So that's nothing. And I have to do that a lot of times when I'll be watching something, and then I'll get to a specific stitch process or wanting to see exactly where that hook is going in. I'll slow that thing down to half speed and repeat it. I'm like, okay, I'm doing it right. And then put it back on regular.
I mean, I practice what I preach. If I'm watching a tutorial, I will sit and watch the tutorial first. Listen to what she's saying, what the person's saying, and then I'll do it, because, you know, kind of that's just the way I work, actually, you know, way I wrote. And we've got somebody here from Denmark.
Yeah, Michelle.
Wow. And I believe Hannah's here, Hannah Sideris. She's in Austria. I hope you're in Austria. I think you are in Austria. Hannah. If you're not, I apologize. You've told me that many times, but I always get that part of the world mixed up, and I don't know why. Never mind.
And yeah, I understand that, Michelle. When you're knitting, it's hard on your hands. It's much harder on my hands as well.
Yeah.
And I can't knit nearly as long as I can crochet. One thing I did do is I picked up one of those compression gloves, and the one I got goes all the way down to my fingertips, and it has made all the difference.
Yeah.
All the difference.
And for me, yes, I got it right. Hannah is in Austria. Yay, Hannah, I got it right. I was going to say as well, I've stopped using metal needles, knitting needles. I use bamboo needles.
And that's
they are so much better on your hand, because when I use bamboo knitting needles, I can knit all day. Doesn't worry me at all. If I use metal about an hour after I've started knitting, I have to put it down. And no, I use bamboo, and there's so much for beginners as well. There's so much easier because they've got that invisible tooth on them, so that with metal and it's smooth, it's totally smooth. The stitches slide off, so you lose your stitches, especially when you're knitting. It's a pain. So I always encourage new knitters to get bamboo needles, always, because the stitches stay, but they still glide off the
they do. They fall off the metal ones quite quickly. I got a pair of Chaigu Chaigu, of course, metal, at Christmas time, and they are a joy to work with. But they are very slick. I'm going to have to try that. I've been avoiding buying the bamboo needles.
Rick bought me the Knit Pro Symphony, which are the wooden ones. Can you see the wooden ones?
Yes.
And they are absolutely a dream to work with. I love working with them. Really, really nice.
Now I'm sad. I just bought the Knit Pro and the metal ones. Haven't even unpacked them yet.
Yeah. But everybody's different, guys. Kind of, if you can't get on with metal, wooden needles, and you prefer metal, there's no right and wrong to it. It's what's comfortable for you. And if you can work all day with metal, well, I did, because I learned on metal knitting needles. So I knitted all day, every day with metal needles. It's only in the past, 5 years that I've started. No, must be longer than that. Hold on. Past 20 years, I would say, I've been knitting with wooden knitting needles, and they're much more comfortable for me.
Have to give that a try. Amy Long, thank you for joining us. Your grandpa taught you to knit or crochet when you were 10. Oh, dream catchers. How interesting.
Oh, that's nice. I like them dream catchers. Yeah, they're beautiful.
I love the point on the Chiogu needle. That thing is just like butter. So, can
I just answer Cynthia's question? Cynthia says, do you recommend the straight needles or circular needles? For beginners, straight needles all the way. I like both. I like circular for my socks and my DPNs for my socks. If I'm making a sweater where you do the back, the front, the sleeves all separate, I use my straight needles. If I'm making a shawl or a poncho, I will use my circular needles. Yeah.
Interesting. I try to do circular needles for everything.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 reasons. I still get confused of which needle is supposed to go in which hand. And in fact, I've got them right here. And I just got these things. I don't know if they're going to work or not, but I just got these silly little things. And okay, now I got to find the camera. Can you see what that is?
Oh,
It says the cap color tells you which side of the knitted fabric you're working on. So you know if you're working on
a knit row or a purl row.
right. Yeah. Which one is your left needle and which one is your right needle? Because I get confused. And I can't tell you how many times I've started a row, sat it down, picked it up, and then knit it the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. So I find that with the circular needles, I don't have that problem for some reason. And then the other reason I like the circulars is I find it's, again, I set my work down quite a lot, and I'm less likely to drop everything off of the circular than the round. And that's the only reason.
Yeah. What's the difference in using one or the other? It's personal preference, really. I mean, as Robin said, she prefers doing everything with a circular needle. I don't. I prefer using my circular for certain items, especially shawls and ponchos, as I said, and my socks. But for sweaters and cardigans that are all separate pieces, I prefer straight needles.
Yeah, and it did. They definitely user preference.
Yeah, it is. It's very much user preference, and it's like, as I said, there's no right or wrong.
Hello.
No. I'm not going to turn around and say to Robin that she's wrong using circular needles for making a sweater, because it's not. And sometimes sweaters do call for, if I'm going to start a sweater from the neck down, I will use circular, because then I don't want that join. I will use circular if it's a top down sweater. And that.
Oh, Prim. Amy's got some Prim. I have seen those, and I bet they're wonderful.
From Linda's video. Thank you.
So yes, in case you guys don't know, and I'm sure you all do, Linda has started a series of knitting videos, and I just watched them last night. I can't remember, and it's because of that left-handed thing. I can't remember which way to throw my yarn when I'm doing my. Max is over here bopping me. I'm in his chair is the problem. So I can never remember if I'm supposed to go here and over or this way and back. And so I literally have to take screenshots of which way my yarn is supposed to go. And I will knit for 3 hours, and then I'll go, wait a minute. Am I throwing it right? And then I'll have to look at it again. And I don't know why I can't get that into my little brain.
Yeah. And it all comes down to practice, Robin. That's all it is. It's just and don't second guess yourself.
No.
If you've been doing it the way you've been doing it and it's been comfortable, then, and you've got a knit stitch or you've got a purl stitch, it doesn't matter.
I'm afraid it'll be twisted, though, if I do it the wrong thing. But I'm kind of like, well, if I've done it this way the whole time, that's the way it was supposed to be. It's a design, right?
Yeah, it's your design.
Not graded. As long as nobody grades me on it. Yeah. Because I have to get an A. When I'm being graded on something, I have to get an A.
An A or A star. A star.
Yes. If I get a B+, I failed. Oh, don't knock this over. The dog's getting all tangled up.
Yeah, and as Hannah said, it's really personal preference. She would use bamboo needles with a big project, I think. Yeah, and that's what I use. If it's in the process, well, I've started designing an Aran sweater that I've actually done some tutorials for, but that's not going to get finished till next year. That's one of my challenges for next year, because I've got too much on this year. And I'm using straight needles, and I can't wait to get it finished, because it's my own design, really. So I'm kind of so excited.
And we're very excited for that. And I'm glad it got put off to next year, because I maybe will feel confident enough to actually do it next year.
And that's why I started the knitting series. It's on my playlist, hashtag you can knit too.
Yeah.
And so, kind of, I just enjoy doing it, and I always say, if one video inspires one person, then I've done what I've set out to do.
the dogs have decided to wrestle right next to where I'm sitting. I'm like, I'm holding onto my computer. I've got everything stacked up on boxes because I don't have a coffee table yet. So I've got a pile of boxes stacked in front of me. And I'm just waiting for them to knock the whole thing over.
Oh no.
It's like Jenga around here. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wanted to tell everybody, I just got an email. It just dinged me. Corners has their mystery boxes in stock. And you know how quick those go. If anybody's interested in the Corners mystery box, they have a 10-pound and a 20-pound. And now I set my phone down and now I've lost it. The 10-pound one was, I want to say $35. And the 20-pound was probably 70, probably double to 70, 74, something like that. And then of course, shipping on top of that. But those things go super, super fast. And, even with shipping, I figured it out. The 10-pound box equals out to $6 a pound for amazing high quality yarn. So if Corners is your thing, they'll be gone. They'll be gone today.
Yeah. Hi, Sally. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us.
I know. So I just saw somebody say they were behind on videos, and with the as some of you guys know, we just transitioned from Texas up to Washington State. We got here. We left last Monday. Oh my gosh, has it been a week already? We left last Monday, not yesterday. Last Monday. Got home here on Thursday. Of course, had breakdowns and problems all along the way. And thank you, those of you who popped into my lives. It really helped the time go by when we were traveling. I was in the middle of a live with one of the other gals, and AJ's personal choice. I think that's it. I was in the middle of a live with her, and I lost everything. We lost the internet, we lost power, we lost everything. So as in the next couple of weeks, I got to connect back with her, get back on her live. I felt so bad just dropping in the middle of the live like that. And then at the same time, we literally heard this huge boom, and we thought we had popped a tire, and it wasn't. The part of the roof started to peel off. So every time we go on a long trip like that, we have some kind of a significant issue. And so it's not a surprise, but I mean, because I'm always expecting something. Last year when we were driving home, one of the 20-foot awning completely separated from the RV and flew off down the freeway as we were driving down the road. So It's always something. You just never know when it's going to happen or what it's going to be. So between doing that, getting home, we got home Thursday, and then unpacking the RV. And we bought a house last year, 3 days before we left to Texas. So I am actually basically moving. All my stuff is stacked as a matter of fact, stacked to the ceiling, boxes everywhere. And so trying to get through this stuff, trying to figure out where stuff's going to go. Y'all know how it is when you're moving. So it's like, I feel like I'm moving twice in the same week. And crocheting, knitting, doing my fun, exciting stuff, unfortunately is taking a back burner right now, where I'm used to being able to sit and crochet 8-10 hours a day if I want to. I'm lucky if I'm getting an hour of crochet in right now. And I'm just like, I just want to sit and crochet for a while, but I've got 8,000 things to do. So, and the light in here is terrible. There's no overhead. There's no lamps. There's no lighting in the ceilings, and it's really high ceilings. So I'm going to have to, at some point I've got a good lamp in the RV. I got to get it brought in here, because once the sun goes down, I can't see it all in here to work on anything. So getting all set up in a new situation is it's been a little bit
consuming. It's time consuming.
It is. But I've got all summer. It's just like I want it done right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Bailey, what are you saying here? Still working on casting on, but feel confident you'll be able to pick up knitting again. I struggled with casting on. There's so many different ways. And one of the things, and Linda, you probably know the right term, is it the long tail cast on, where you have to have the right amount of yarn pulled off, and then you don't have enough stitch. So then when I watched your video on casting on and you're knitting at the same time, I'm like, this is genius. Why did I not know this? So I go back to that video every time I cast on a new project, watch the video because I can't remember. So,
and that's what it's there for, because let's face it, the videos aren't going anywhere. They're always there as a reference library. And if you know the playlist, you've got everything to do with knitting, and it will be in that playlist.
Yep. And I have the stuff like that I watch over and over. I wish there was a place where I could make and there probably is, and I just don't know, but I wish there was a way, I could make my own playlist of other people's stuff that I want to go back to over and over. I save them in watch later, but I've got, 150 in that. So
yeah. I don't know. And I should, but I don't.
Any of you smart people out there know if that's a thing that I didn't just make up.
You can make your own playlist. I'm not sure how, but it's something I need to look into anyway. But yeah,
that would be very, very helpful, because there's 3 or 4 videos that I refer back to, or for instance, when I'm making something and I'm following a tutorial, it would be nice if that were in a specific spot and not having to find it in my previously watched videos.
And Colleen says you can make a playlist for yourself. You can.
Okay. Okay. So Colleen, you're going to have to do a tutorial for us on how to do a tutorial of a playlist.
if you help me with that, I'll help you with your knitting.
There you go. Dang, I'll have to tag in on that one, because I can't help anybody with anything. Oh, create folders in YouTube.
Oh, right. Oh, great.
Oh, man. See, we need each other so
We
much.
learned something new. I always say you learn something new every day, and that's what I've learned today. Thank you.
Every day. This is fabulous. Fabulous. I was going to say something else. We were talking about knitting. So a couple of times I have watched a tutorial for something, and they'll say, or I'm looking at a pattern, and they'll say, pick a cast on that's stretchy, like maybe for a hat or gloves or something. That one that you do the majority of time, would you consider that a stretchy cast on?
It's not really. To get it stretchy, go up a knitting needle size, and it'll make it so cast on. It says you need to cast on with 4mm needles, cast on with 5mm needles, but then when you do your first row, knit with do the 4mm, just cast on with the 5mm, and then knit, and that'll give you. It's like we're in crocheting.
Crochet, I do the same thing,
and you've done your chain, and you knit it, you're crocheting up, and it's kind of going like that. What you need to do is frog it, go back, do your chain in, say, a 5mm, which is what I did with this. I'm using a 3.75. But it wasn't stretchy enough because of the pattern. It wasn't my cast on wasn't, my chain wasn't. So I just went up to a 4.5 hook, and then I did. I got all my stitches, the number of chains I need, and then I crocheted the first row with my 3.75. So it kind of it's kind of, when I stretch, this stretches as well.
So I do the exact same thing with my crochet. So I'll start doing that.
It's just like what you do with your crocheting that you do with your knitting as well. So yeah.
Okay. That's good. That is a great tip. I really enjoy your tutorials. Again, that's one that I have no problem following. Some of them I just can't follow. I can't tell what they're doing.
Yeah.
Or some people will say, do this and this, and then I'll show you this. Well, no, show me everything. Show me everything. If you're doing a tutorial for a project, you got to show me the whole thing.
When I make my tutorials, I aim it for people who haven't got a clue. And that's the way, and that's the why I talk the way I do, the slow. And even if people have knitted before, they it's a refresher. But my aim is for the newbie knitters, crocheters. I've got crochet on the brain. The new knitters and that. So yeah, that's the aim of them. Hi, Laura Lee, welcome in.
Well, and not only that, I mean, you know, the people who know what you're doing have options. They can fast forward through it, or like me, they can maybe learn something different, learn a different way of doing something.
Yeah.
And
I was taught to cast on like that, and I've never casted on any other way. I have tried the thumb. I don't like it. When you do your first row, I don't like the edging.
Yep, the edging.
It's not neat at all. I've tried the long tail. I don't like that at all. I can do it, but I don't like it.
And I always run out of yarn. I don't have enough stitches, and I'm short of my yarn. Yeah. So that was
to me, that's a waste of yarn. Whereas when you're knitting it the way I cast on, you know exactly, because you're just following the yarn as if you're knitting a row or in a row.
So then, does that count as your first row? I can't remember.
No, it doesn't count as your first row.
It's just a nice.
That's like your chain in crocheting.
Yeah. Okay,
so
just
that's
a nice
chain. You don't count your chain as a row.
Perfect. So, let's talk about a couple things going on. So, one of the things that I was surprised to find out was that you had done a blog in the past as well. That's no longer active though, correct?
No, that's no longer active. No.
Okay.
I decided to just totally finish mixed media, and I just got rid of it. I just let it go. I have got a blog, which I don't really look after much at the moment.
They're a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. I try and do. When I do I always do a podcast for a Sunday. I record it on the Friday of everything that I've done from the previous Saturday to the Friday, to the Thursday. The previous Friday to the Thursday. I record the podcast on the Friday, and then on the Sunday it goes live. And I have pictures in there show finished projects, if I've got any finished projects, works in progress, and that. And then I try and add the pictures and the link to the video in the blog. But I only do that once a week, and sometimes I'll remember to do it. It all depends how busy I am, because I know there's only Rick and I've got no children here, but I do look after my dad, so I just have to weigh up the pros and cons. Have I got time? No, I've not. The video's done. That's the more important thing, and sometimes I will have the time and I will do it. I was surprised. I started my whole thing started being a blog, and it's like, I worked on it all weekend one time trying to post one picture. I'm like, this isn't happening. And then my 6-year-old grandson said, look, I'm doing a YouTube video. I'm like, you're doing what? And so that's how my whole YouTube world started. Yeah.
I wanted to let you guys know, I don't think any of my moderators are in-house today, so I'm not able to post any of your links for you, but you guys know, I think if you just click on the person's name next, their little circle thing, I think that'll pop you right over to their channel, and you can go over and support each other. And then you can just pop right back here, or, just jot down their name and go pop over. I really do want to support you guys. I literally just don't know how at this point to do that. I was just talking with Linda, and Linda, the little thing you showed me, it didn't. All it allowed me to do was block someone, so it didn't allow me to add someone in. So I'm trying to get.
Did you do it? Did you do it on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm doing it. Oh, I did it right here.
No, you have to do it on YouTube. You have to add them as a moderator on YouTube.
So when I'm watching the playback on YouTube, then I can click in and do it.
You can even do it now. So if you go to go to the live. Let's see if I can find the live.
So we'll get this figured out, peeps. Bear with me. Like I said, I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, so I'm here. And so Dana, you are going to be a moderator if I figure out how to do this.
So it should come up with little, it won't come up on mine because obviously this isn't my channel. So on the, where you've got the name, there's like little dots. If you
click there it is.
And it says moderator. Ding. Have you done it?
I did it. Yay. Okay, Yay. Dana, you're moderator now.
And now Dana should get a little box pop up and say you've been made a moderator.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. I'll get this stuff figured out one way or another, you guys.
I'm gonna put a comment in there.
Oh, good. And then I starred somebody. I don't know what that does. But I started a couple people. I'm like, oh, look, I can star you.
Yeah. So that's that. There we are. It's popped up. Okay, hello everyone.
And now you're a moderator. Ding. Oh my Lord.
Oh, I'll check out your tutorial. Thank you, Laura Lee. Thank you. Hi Kathy, welcome in. It's lovely to see everybody here today. It's lovely to see you all. And thank you so much, Robin, for asking me.
Really appreciate you guys all popping in. And just so you guys know, I'm having a pretty significant problem with my vision. And so that's why I'm popping back and forth. I cannot see the writing on the computer screen. So I'm popping over to my tablet to where I can see a little better. And that's why I keep looking down. I'm having surgery next Tuesday. I'm contemplating, because, I think I can do everything, because that's what we do as women, right? I'm contemplating whether or not to have a live next Tuesday morning. I hate to miss another one because they've been so sporadic anyway. I don't have anybody scheduled yet, but I hope you guys will pop in. Worst case, we'll just sit and chat for a few minutes. Maybe we'll play some bingo. I'm really leaning towards playing a little bingo, if that's anything that anybody's interested in doing. That just sounds like a fun way to spend a little bit of time, give away a few little prizes. So that's what I'm kind of half thinking. So maybe just pop in and visit and kind of help me with my nerves.
Say hello and good luck with your surgery as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. That'd be awesome. Let me know how you get on.
I'm a little nervous. Excuse me. I've had lots of surgeries, so that doesn't scare me. Eye surgery scares me. And this will be my third.
The thought of anybody touching my eyes. Right? Oh my Lord, no.
Right. Yeah, but so this will be my third surgery on this eye, and I just wish it would get fixed. But I thought it was fixed last time, and it was good for like 4 or 5 years. And then all of a sudden, it's like, great, now I can't see again. And I can't see to drive at night, and I'm having a hard time driving in the daytime. So I'm really feeling stuck. I'm really feeling stuck. It's like somebody will ask me to come and do something. I'm like, okay, I have to leave by 4:30 because it's starting to get dark, But that's reality. I just can't. I can't do it.
Thanks for popping in, Crystal. And Amber loves games.
Oh, yes, I do too.
Are you still here, Amber?
Amber, you're supposed to be working.
Yeah, she's working and lurking, she is. Don't get caught, sweetie.
I've got a few other people that I know are lurking too. And I wish there was a way that we knew that there were other people underneath as well, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So I am always, the fact that you have been on YouTube for upwards of 10 years and you just switched over to the fiber community a year and a half ago. And like you said, you've grown exponentially. It was so funny for me because I look at you're just like, you're one of the biggies in the world that I watch. And I saw one of your older videos where you were working towards 200 subscribers. And I thought, wow, that really gives small people like me a shot in the arm to think that maybe someday we'll be able to grow as much as you. But
and that's why I do what I do, because I remember, you know, I remember being, as you said, I've got 200 subscribers. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. I've got 200 subscribers. Rick. And that was, and you know, kind of, if I can help, if I can give back to the community, which is, I mean, you guys have helped grow my channel these past 18 months that I've been in the fiber community, and I just like to repay and give back to you. And if I can help any of you to even if you just want to get your 500 so you've got your community tab, so you can share pictures of your work or share other channels. Oh look, Robin's on today, let's go across and watch Robin at such and such a time, you know. That's what I, you know, that's what I, and I just love doing that. You know, it just it's my way of saying thank you guys for all your support to me. You know, it's a horrible world out there, and I think we as a community, you know, bring lightness and happiness to each and every one of us, you know, each and every one. You know, you bring me lots of happiness. Amber makes me laugh so much that I nearly pee myself. You know, and I get so much, you know, I've gained so much knowledge these past 18 months from each and every one of you. I know more about American yarns than I ever knew before. You know, I know now when I'm talking about the, you know, in England we call it Aran, DK, 4-ply, and we have all them, you know, but now I know, you know, it's 4-weight, 5-weight, bulky, it's this, it's that, it's the other, you know. So, you know, I've learned as much, you know, I've learned so much of you guys, and by doing what I do on my community tab, it's my way of saying thank you. You know, thank you so much for helping me get to where I am today. And I'm nowhere near a big channel. I'm not, you know, kind of, I'm just little old me in my little nookery here in, you know, northwest England. And, you know, I enjoy doing what I'm doing, and I will continue doing what I do and enjoy doing, Robin, until there comes a time and I think, right, I've had enough now. That is it. You know, I've enjoyed it. You know, it's time to step back. But I can't see that happening until I'm old and grey.
Well, I've already got the grey going, so.
Oh, I've definitely. And as Raven said, they're not. It's not. We haven't got grey hair, Robin. We've got wisdom highlights. The wisdom highlights. The grey hairs are not there, grey, sweeties. We've got wisdom highlights until you're all grey, and then you are grey.
For sure. Linda, would you show us a couple of your makes? I know you brought a few things.
I've got a stack full, guys.
Yes, let's look.
Well, last year I learned how to do amigurumi for the first time, and I made, this is absolutely my favorite. I've got a cat, but she's my favorite. But this is a ladybird. A little ladybird aviator. Look at her glasses and that.
So cute.
So I made that. I made for the
little wings. Oh my gosh, it's darling.
And then I made this sweater. It's my own pattern. And you all know, well, if you don't know and you've only met me, cotton is my absolute favorite. I will work with cotton winter, spring, summer, and autumn. I'm hot-blooded, so, and I'm at that age where I have them summer moments, shall we call them, and power surges. So I made this 3/4 length sleeve. So that's one. Socks are new to me this year. Me and Kim from Kim Crochets and Knits.
They're new to you? I thought you'd been doing them forever. Your socks are gorgeous.
No. I did my first pair of socks last year. So this year, Kim and I are doing Sock It To Me Challenge 2022. So, and a lot of you ladies are sending in your socks to me so I can put them on my video when I do so these are a pair of socks I made for myself.
Wow.
And these are another pair I made. I made this with Exploding Gnome, Daniel's yarn, Paw Ply Guide. So I made them for myself as well. So they're knitted. You all know I'm part of Yarny Fiber Sisters, and I've been making hats. So this, I know one of these is January's, and these are all my own designs, guys. I just get the hook, do the crown, and then think, right, what pattern shall I do? So I've done these. And this one, this has got to be one of my favorites, this one, with the bobbles.
Oh, pretty. I love the bobbles, yeah.
This is my... So these are marches, and I did this one and I showed it, and everybody was saying, oh, you'll have to do a tutorial. So I did a tutorial for a hat using straight needles.
Yes, I watched that. I'm like, okay, she's going to show me how to do this on the round needles. And it was straight needles.
Yeah, because people had asked for straight needles, and I thought, well, it's a good one for a good one for beginners to practice their ribbing, and then the stocking stitch, and then the and I'm so proud because I designed this, guys.
And you do that top now. So do you have to switch to DPNs to do that top part of the crown?
No.
Oh, that's right, because you did it flat.
Yeah, and you just sew the seam.
Yeah,
sew the seam.
I'm gonna have to go back and do that one.
And then this is April's hat.
Oh, nice.
So these have got puff stitches. And my signature, well, for me, it's a signature for me that you can tell them my hats, because I always finish off with front post, back post. I absolutely love that stitch. Yeah, I love that stitch.
That is a great way to do a rib on a hat. I picked that up from Bag a Day, and I'm like, oh, this is, and it's easy and it really looks finished.
And this is just all single crochet, just round and round and round. But I did it long, and it kind of
roll that up. That's so pretty.
It curls up. It looks quite good, actually.
So cute. And it's not so bulky right there, too.
Yeah. Curls up. And I think this is the only hat I've not done there, front post, back post. And then I did, this is a crocheted shawl that I did from Reggie. I got Reggie's Advent last year. So this is yarn that the Advent.
Beautiful. So is that self-striping, or did you change colors?
No, it's the months. So I started here. So this was kind of the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd of December, 4th of December, 5th of December, 6th of December, 7th and 8th. So I just did, and when I got to the 8th day, I thought that's long enough. It's long enough. So yeah, so I made that.
Now, is that knit?
No, that's crocheted. I'm just going to show you one of my knitted. I've got, So this is my knitted shawl. I've still got to block it. This is knitted.
Oh, that is stunning.
And I put pearls on the end. I'm not sure if you can see them. I've just put pearls on the end. I didn't put it all the way through. Wow. Little white pearls. You can hardly see them, but I put pearls on yet. So I've still got to block this one.
That is stunning.
This is an L-shaped wrap. This is crocheted. So you start with a square here. So this is a square here. And then you kind of turn it to point, and then you work from this to make this side and then this side. And then if you put it on, I've just showed it. And I like this than just the straight wraps.
Yeah. It's the best of both worlds.
And it doesn't fall off. And you could even just pop a pin in or a button even. So, and if you wanted, you could even just put a button on there so it covers your, kind of, it covers your sleeve, it covers your arms, but it's covering your back and your top and that. So if you did that.
I think that you need a tutorial on that one, or at least give us the pattern information.
Yeah.
Cool. I love that because I have that same problem. When I do a wrap, I feel like they're not long enough in the back. So I end up making them really wide so they're long enough in the back.
Yeah. But this was out of a book.
Wow. When I do a triangle, they're not enough in the front. So that is the best of both worlds. That is fantastic.
Yeah, so it's something I'm playing around with at the moment. I've not sorted it. This is something I've knitted as well, which I've just actually finished.
Yes, I saw that on something.
Yarny Fiber Sisters.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and man. It does fit, guys. I know it doesn't look like it fits, but it does. Believe me.
Is that's a top?
Yeah, it's a top.
Wow, that is gorgeous.
This is another top. This is crocheted.
Look,
but I've added beads.
The beads. Wow.
And this is your favorite. My cocoon cardigan.
I know. It's so simple, and I don't know why. And normally I don't care for the granny stuff. And that thing caught my eye. It doesn't scream granny square like a lot of
No. Do. And I think if you do it, I think it looks better with like a self-striping or an ombre effect.
Yes, the ombre.
And all you do is do a granny square, however long you are, or however, I'm only petite. And then all you do is you fold it in half, and then you sew it up here, this side. And I just did double crochet and half double crochet for the little on both sides. And then I just did I did double crochets, and then I finished on a single crochet. And it is that simple, guys. You could sit there watching a movie mindlessly doing a granny square and leave it and let it grow and grow, because we're all different shapes and sizes, aren't we? So I knew kind of that would be big enough for me because I'm only little.
Well, I am the opposite of that, so I'm going to need a few more rows. And I am mesmerized by cocoons and Roanas. And I think, well, I know the cocoon because it's just a big old square that you're wrapping around yourself. And the Roanas, basically, it's the same thing I was saying about the wrap. They're longer in the back, and then you can still wrap around the front. Yeah. So to me, they're just different forms of blankets, which I love making blankets.
This wrap, I'm playing around with the idea. I'm trying to come up with a pattern that is a square, but I can complete it. So, and I want to make a shrug with it. So, instead of doing this bit round here, I'm just playing around with an idea and that. And once I get it sorted and I know exactly what I'm doing, I'd frogged that many because I didn't like it. I was going to do the granny stitch, and I looked at it and I thought, no, I don't like it. So.
Yeah, because I was just thinking the granny might work with that, but
yeah, it might. The yarn that I did it with was a DK, and I think I need to go back and do a 2-weight yarn. I think it'll work better with a 2-weight yarn because then I'll get the drape. Whereas with the DK, I'm not getting the drape that I want, and I just frogged it and put the yarn in my scrap bucket.
So that granny cocoon, that's a 3-weight, you said?
That's a 3-weight, yeah.
I thought it was much heavier than that.
It's actually it might be something different. It is Yarn Arts Alpaca, Flowers Alpaca. And it is actually it's a 2-weight.
Wow, that is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a 2-weight yarn, not a 3-weight. Like I said, I'm sorry, I misled you then.
That is fabulous. I don't know.
Yeah, my favorite is 2 and a 1 weight are my absolute favorites. I do enjoy working with 3-weight, and I'm actually working with a bit of 4-weight. I'm using the 4-weight for my hats for the homeless, because all my hats that I'm making for the Yarny Fiber Sisters calendar cal, I'm donating to my homeless shelter this winter, like I did last year as well. So yeah,
that is wonderful. Those are fantastic. You are beyond talented, absolutely beyond talented. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate that.
Oh, and I enjoy your celebration.
Yes, 17 special day. That's nice. That is nice. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining us, Connie. I'm sorry you weren't feeling well when you got up this morning. And Susan, I'm having laser surgery on my eye. I can't remember exactly what they said was wrong with it. It's not cataracts, because I've already had cataract surgery and I thought I was done with eye surgeries. But it's the problem I'm having is similar to if you have cataracts, where you get that fuzziness. It's like I put Vaseline over my lens. So they said it's a simple surgery, but still, it's just anytime they're messing with my eyes, I don't like it. So that's the thing.
Can I just show you one last thing?
Yes, you can show us everything. I'm going to put the dog. She's bothering me. She wants out for a second.
All right. So this is Ava, and this is the doll that I'm going to be using to teach you how to show you how to do different stitches with your knitting. We're going to cover lace work. We're going to cover cables and that, but I'm going to show you the first tutorial for Ava is vest and panties. And by doing that, I'm going to be teaching you how to increase, how to decrease, how to shape the neck, how to shape the arms. And then we'll go on to a dress. We're going to be doing bonnets. We're going to be doing little trousers and a sweater, which is all garter stitch. What else are we going to be doing? So by doing which a bit is for an 18-inch doll, so by teaching you how to make these, which can also be the first size for a baby as well. And hi Reggie, welcome into everybody. Hi Connie. So by teaching you how to make wearables for the doll, the way I'm going to teach you is you can transfer it over to making wearables for yourself. And it will, the way I'm going to show, I've already done the video of measuring the doll. You measure yourself exactly the same way, and you can make crochet wearables or knitting wearables as well. So I'm hoping that will help.
Super excited. I caught your how to do pearls, and that's when I'm like, am I doing this backwards? Am I throwing my yarn the wrong way? But I haven't. Well, the last knitting I did was with Connie's hat. She allowed me to test her pattern for her hat. And so that's been a couple of weeks. So I can't remember. Like I said, I have to look every time. And I just went back and started I watched your intro video, and then I haven't started the video yet on doing the knit. So it's likely I'm doing that one backwards as well.
But if it works, if you get a knit stitch at the end of it, it's not wrong. You do what's comfortable for you.
Yeah.
You know, we all knit and purl. I watched Jennifer Cinnamon Stitches. She did knitting, and I was like, wow. But she got the result, you know, so we're all different, you know, and there's no right and wrong way.
Well, and my
if you get something at the end of it, how you've knitted it, how you throw your stitch, whether you're a continental knitter or a knitter that throws your yarn like I do, then and you get something at the end of it. There's no right and wrong way, guys. There really isn't. If it's comfortable for you and you enjoy doing it that way, then continue doing it your way.
You know, it's funny because my knitting is so convoluted, and I don't even know. I'm sure it's not a style. It's some kind of combination of continental knitting and crochet is the only thing I can come up with, because I actually tried to go. I went to a knitting class, and this was years ago. I went to a knitting class at a local yarn store here in town, and they had beautiful, beautiful yarn. And I was all excited to get in there. And I sat down, and first she found out I was left-handed, and that made her mad. And then when she saw how I was trying to hold the yarn, she kicked me out of the knitting class. She said, nope, no left-handers in my class. You don't know what you're doing. You can't be taught. Okay.
Wow.
So I left, and I didn't.
Wow.
So over the years, I've tried to pick it up, and I'll do it for a little bit, and then can't do it. Mm-hmm. So then this year, because of you, I was able to pick it up, look at your videos, learn how to actually do it, and be more forgiving about what I was doing.
You know, kind of, hey guys, we're human. We're not robots. We don't even robots get things wrong. You know, if you get something wrong, it's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, it's a piece of yarn, guys. It's not gold. It's a piece of yarn. Frog it, unpick it, do whatever you need to do, and start again. You know, kind of, even I make mistakes, and I'm sure Reggie will tell you as well. She's made mistakes as well. You know, it's just but by doing the mistakes, you learn from them as well. You learn from your mistakes. You know, we're not all perfect.
Thank you, J Hook. That's Reggie, right? Reggie is J Hook.
Yes, Reggie.
That's what I thought. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you know, as Reggie say, think whichever way is comfortable for you, that is the right way. Exactly, Reggie. You know, I agree with that wholeheartedly. You know, and don't let anybody turn around and tell you you're doing it wrong. Because you're not. If it's comfortable for you and you're getting exactly, Reggie, you never make mistakes, you never learn. You know, kind of, don't let anybody turn around and tell you whether you knit or crochet that you're doing it wrong. You're not. If it's comfortable for you and you get at the end of the day, you get a piece of work the way you do it, then it's right for you.
Where is it? It's falling down. This is the only thing I've been working on lately. Where is it? There. Can you see? This is terrible. It's stuck. There we go.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's coming out nicely. It is. Well, one of the things, since all my stuff is still out in the motorhome and I don't have space for yarn chicken. Look at, I'm down to about one yard of yarn. I don't have a place for my stuff here. So funny thing, I'm working on one project at a time, which is way, way out of the ordinary for me, but I'm kind of liking it. It's a little less stressful. I don't feel like, and you know, this isn't going to stick. Y'all know that. But for right now, with all the chaos, it's kind of nice to know, okay, I have this one thing in front of me. And I think it's taking a little bit of the pressure away from the 12 different projects that I've got going on.
Exactly. And while you're in the process of reorganizing your home, having that one project is kind of like, it's helping you unwind from the day.
It is.
And that's what you need, you know, kind of. And when you get back to, you know, when you get your room sorted or whatever you're going to do, and you go back to having 2, 3, 4,
12.
Even at one point I had 10.
Yes.
You know, whips, then, you know, do what's comfortable for you. And I must admit, guys, I cannot just work on one project at a time. I can't do it. I get bored so easily. And I know if I don't have more than one project, I like to flip from knitting to crochet to knitting to crochet, you know, a kind of yo-yo back and forth between them. And that's what gets me through the day. You know, I'll start on a hat. No, I can't say a hat because I get a hat done within a couple of hours. So I can't say hat. So I'll do a hat in the morning. And then in the afternoon, I'll think, oh, I'll work on my knitted, whatever I've got on the go for knitting. And then at night when I'm watching TV or a movie, I'll have something that's quick and easy to do that I don't have to concentrate. So, yeah, I can work on 3 projects in one day, sometimes more. Depends on what I'm doing.
Come here. Well, and kind of what you were touching on, once I got the pattern figured out, it just go. I don't have to look at a pattern. I don't have to think. I'm not watching a video. Some things I have to be able to concentrate on. You know, my knitting, pretty much I have to really concentrate. Connie was so funny. When we were talking about me, doing that hat pattern, testing that pattern for her. She's like, okay, how much time do you need? And I'm like, well, I could probably get it done in 3 weeks. And she's like, 3 weeks for a hat? I'm like, well, yeah, because I don't know what I'm doing. I got it done in a week. I was pretty proud of myself.
Good for you. Good for you.
But plus it's knitting, and I'm much, if it was a crocheted hat, couple of days.
Yeah, and Kathy's laughing because she's got 8 bags. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 bags as well, Kathy.
Yep. Well, and you guys know I was doing that. I actually had set up a calendar, and on Mondays I work on this, on Tuesdays I work on this. So I had a project for every day of the week, and but I did. I like that. Plus, you know, then you throw your crochet alongs in there, and that's just kind of the way it goes. That's just the way it goes.
Definitely,
but
definitely.
I did have a couple of deadlines, so I've been focusing on one project at a time.
Yeah.
And so I just cannot believe, I'm just stunned that you just learned to do socks. That blows my mind. Ash with Popeye Guys is starting a tutorial on socks. Yeah. And I'm very, very, very excited about that. We're to the point, you know, I think there's 2 of them that are posted. So we haven't ever started anything. What needles do you use for socks? That's what I'm kind of stuck on.
I use these are Knit Pro, and guys, these are metal, but yeah, I use Knit Pro 3mm circular needles for mine. Nice. And I've got TPNs as well, 3.75. 3.75. Yeah. So yeah, I use Knit Pro. I think the socks are the only things that I'll knit with metal needles. I prefer them actually to and as you can see, the needles are quite small.
So how long is the
time on separate needles?
How long is the cable on that?
I haven't got a clue, to be honest with you.
Let me just see. Very small. I'm trying to decide whether to try the double point or a cable with the.
Well, I've got DPNs as well, and I first learned to knit socks on DPNs, and then I watched the Crazy Sock Lady. Her tutorial was excellent. I watched her tutorial, made a pair of socks, and I don't even need to watch the tutorial now. I just do them. So these are 24 centimeters from point to point.
Okay.
25 centimeters, sorry, 25 centimeters. I have so many works in progress. I finished the GAT I was working on yesterday. Oh, the hat she was working on yesterday, and now I'm wondering if I should work on something new or continue something that's already started. Oh,
right? It's way more fun to start something new.
Yeah. So I picked the yarn for my next socks.
Oh, look at that.
These are going to be gifts. These next socks I'm doing next month, because I'm doing a pair of socks a month. These are gifts for a couple of my yarny friends.
And you can do, how long does it take you to do a pair of socks then?
It can take me to do one pair. It can take me about a week. and that's doing other things in between.
That's amazing to me. Just amazing. I was going to ask you something about the socks. Do you do both at the same time? No, you don't. You do one at a time, don't you?
No, do two
You do them at the same time.
Yeah,
Separate
so
needles.
I'll cast on and do the rib of one sock, and then I'll go across and start the rib on another one, and then I'll do so many, get up to the heel turn on this one, get up to the heel turn on that one, do the heel turn, do the heel turn, do the foot, then do the toe, and do the Kitchener stitch to finish off. Yep.
That's what I think I'm going to have to do. I know myself well enough that I will have one sock if I don't do that. And plus, I think you have a, you know, especially being so new at it, they'll be more likely to be even.
Yeah. And every 10 rows, so I do the rib and then I'll do 10 rows of stocking stitch and I'll put a stitch marker because I know how long to do it, make them for Rick. So, and I know how long they are for me. Okay. So I know I need to do, for me, I know I need to do 50 rows up to the heel turn, whereas for Rick, I need to do 60. And then for the foot, I do kind of 66 for his foot, whereas I only do 44 for mine from the heel turn up. So I kind of know how to, I know for his foot and I know for my foot, you know, so I kind of know. And every 10 rows, I put a stitch marker.
Okay. Nice. You are such a busy lady. I know one of the things that we do is we get to watch you with Ursula a lot. And how did you guys connect?
We met on Dana's. Oh no, we didn't. We met on Krista. You know, the secret yarn, secret yarnery. We met there, and then we met on Dana's, and then she did a live. And I went up on the live, and we just clicked. And
you guys, you work very well together.
Oh, we work really well together, and it's the same with V and Jeannie. We work really well together. We just got that same mad sense of humor and that, and you know, kind of people started calling us the Giggle Girls, and it's really fun. So yeah. I love it. I love being part of Ursula's live, and Ursula always comes up on my live unless, you know, there's life gets in the way. And the same for me if I know, if I can't make her live. But more often than not, you'll always find me on Ursula's lives on a Monday and a Friday, and then Ursula will join me on a Wednesday. And I think one live a week for me is enough because I mean, last week I think every day I had a video out. I don't think I've done it this.
There was a lot. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I watched her video already.
I know. So, yeah. So one live for me. And then obviously I joined the Yarny Fiber Sisters on a Saturday, and part of the challenges as well, which is brilliant. So, yeah, so I'm busy and I enjoy it. Busy. It keeps me motivated, to be honest.
Are you doing any challenges? Are you doing any of the mosaic stuff? I know there's several mosaic lives.
Yes, I am.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
As part of my challenge for this year, and I'll tell you something, guys. Everybody says, oh, you'll get addicted. You'll do this. You'll want to do that. Sorry, guys. After I've done these 2 blankets, it'll be done for 12, 18, maybe 2 years before I do another mosaic. I'm enjoying doing the process. I'm enjoying doing the process. But there's no way. I'm not a blanket girl, guys. I like doing wearables and other things. So so this is the queen. This is the queen, and this is a lapgan, and this is going to be in place of that blanket next year. So I've just done it so it'll fit over there nicely.
That's a nice size. Yeah, that's beautiful. So then, now are you going to do that thing where you turn the edges so that
do the envelope edges? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll be doing that. So I kind of worked out how many rows I need to do, divided by 10. So I know every month I've got to do 24 rows. So from October,
one row a day.
Be done, and then I've got November and December to do the envelope because it's going to be a pain. To finish it off. So yeah. So that's that one I'm doing, and I didn't only go for one, guys.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Why would we do that?
Why would I do that? Why? Come on, you know me better than that, guys. So, and I'm doing the Casablanca, and this is Rick's blanket for downstairs in the lounge, because these are my lounge colours. But this blanket is very special to me because when I did my celebration last year, I was gifted so much that with the money that I got, I bought the yarn, and so this is my subscriber blanket, and this is I'll have to stand because this is bigger. This is the Casablanca.
Wow, that is unbelievable.
So I'm enjoying the process, guys, but as I said, I'm not a blanket girl.
Wow.
Who is in the process of designing a blanket pattern for next year. I'm not a blanket girl, but hey ho. Yes, so but I really I'm enjoying the process. Will I do it next year? No, unless it's something I really, really want to do. But I'm enjoying it, and I'm really pleased with how it's turning out, and it's so soft. So yeah, so this is my subscriber blanket.
That is
lovely. From everybody.
Those colors are really, really beautiful. I'm terrible with picking colors. Terrible. That's why almost everything I make is one color, because I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going to go well together. And then
what you need to get one of them.
Oh,
a color wheel.
I have a friend who's an amazing.
I'm not sure if you can see on the back. You see the triangles. So if I wanted something, I've got some teal here, and if I go down, I can pick colors that correspond. So if I do this here, so you've got this color here, this color here will go with it. So any of them colors will go with it.
Oh my goodness.
Or if you wanted 3 colors, I could use that color, and then I could use this color, or I could use that color as a 3-way. These are invaluable.
Oh, I'm gonna have to find one of those.
You'll get them off Amazon, and it tells you all about it on here. There's it tells you all about it on actually on the thing. It gives you lots of information. So yeah, I've no problem with color, and I think the reason I don't have problems with color is because of my mixed media background. And that makes sense. I did art in school, and they were saying I would always go against the rules, to speak. And well, that color shouldn't go with that color. And I said, yeah, but it looks nice together. It's pleasing to the eye. If it's pleasing to me, that's it, kind of thing. Yeah. So, I kind of was a bit of a rule breaker then. But yeah, one of these is really good for you. If you struggle with your colours, these are really good. Honest, they are. It's called Pocket Colour Wheel. Okay. And you'll get them on Amazon.
Perfect. When the mandala cakes came out, I got all excited because all the beautiful colors. And then when I worked them up, and you would have that sharp divide of color, and I don't like that. I can't stand where. And I was just looking at a shawl I made, and it went from bright green to blue, just boom, in one stitch. I'm like, nope. I like them where they fade into the next color.
Yeah.
So,
and we all like, kind of that. I don't like stripes. I mean, I did this, but I did. If I turn it round, you see the vertical, rather than horizontal. I don't like horizontal stripes. I prefer the vertical because it's more slimming, and it elongates your. Especially if you're wearing a wearable, it elongates your body. Because I'm only only 5'3", guys. So I need all the help I can get to make me look, long, longer, higher, taller, whatever.
Perfect 5'3". Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about the Yarny Fiber Sisters. I was super excited when I saw the announcement that you were going to be joining them. And when are you guys on and all of that? Again, I'm sure most everybody already knows, but
we're on every Saturday. When we go, let me get my calendar and I can tell you. So I know it's 7 p.m. Central. No, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, and it's 5. No, it's not. It's midnight my time here in the UK.
Oh my goodness! Oh,
so and then every first Saturday of the month, we're over in the UK, and they've been amazing. They've said, right, we're in the UK. We'll do 5 o'clock, which is my time in the evening. It's 12 Eastern and 11 Central, 10 Mountain, and 9 Pacific. So yeah, I get me times right, guys. Yay! Yay! So we do that, and we talk about different. Like last Saturday, we talked about 5-weight yarn and gauges, and we all made the same ear warmer, and we showed how different yarn produces different sizes, even though it says it's the same yarn. And we've got lots of what, guys, I know it's only April, but we're talking about things for next year. This week coming up, we've got midnight, let me say 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday night. We have got Jeannie, V and I were giving back to the community. Let me just see if I can find out what they've called it, because I've forgotten. Let me just think. Let me go to subscriptions. Hold on, subscriptions. Sorry, I need to find. Appreciation celebration. So it's at midnight British summertime. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific, and it's us giving back to the community. So we've got that on Friday night, and then on Saturday night at exactly the same times, it's the Yarny Fiber Sisters, and we're going to be talking about cotton.
Ooh, I love cotton.
Cotton is my favorite yarn. I will use cotton winter, spring, summer, and autumn because I'm hot-blooded. And also I have my summer moments, guys. I'm at that age where I get summer moments. Cotton, I work with cotton. I much prefer working with cotton than any other yarn, to be perfectly honest. So
I do like cotton. I just ordered some, I don't know. I just ordered a couple of cakes of the cotton, and I'm so excited for it to get here. I hit those sales and I'm like, oh, I want to try this. Oh, I want to try this. And I have a hard time because I don't know. It's like, especially if it's a yarn I haven't used before, I don't know if I'm going to like it. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it. I don't know how much to order, and I don't want to order, 8 cakes of something I'm not going to like. And so then I get it and I'm like, oh, I wish I would have ordered more. And now it's out of stock. And all the time. And I like to make blankets. So you need a lot of yarn to make a blanket. But I'm trying to
see. I'm more of a wearable, and I enjoy doing the blankets. Don't get me wrong. I did quite a few last year, which I gifted to my parents, and I made baby blankets for orders and whatever. But blankets are not the be all and end all for me. I like doing other things, sweaters, cardigans, hats, and other things, shawls and ponchos. I like doing them.
And I can't imagine knitting a blanket. That just sounds horrific to me. because crocheting is so much faster. But
yeah, it is. Crochet, I've never knitted a blanket, and it is nowhere on my radar to do one. I just the thought of sitting there knitting a blanket, and if I did, it'd be all garter stitch. I tell you guys, it'd be all garter stitch. Laura from Laura's Yarn Talk, she's got a pattern out where she's done a blanket. It's all knit stitch, and then she's crocheted the moss stitch around it, and it looks amazing. But sorry, guys, that's not for me. I just couldn't. That would be unbearable for me. That'd be torture, guys. I love my knitting, but that would be flipping torture for me.
As soon as I said that, I remembered I'm knitting a blanket because you helped me with it, where I ended up with a hole in the middle of it. I told you guys I am losing my mind. I have so many things going on, but it's in stripes, and each section is a different stitch. So I don't actually think of it as a blanket. I think of it as, okay, now I'm learning this stitch. Now I'm learning this.
It's a learning tool.
Yeah, it's a what do they call it? A sample. It's a sampler blanket.
It's exactly a sampler.
But I haven't touched any of that stuff since before I went on my days off. So it was early March since I've done any of that. And I've done a few projects.
But it's at the end of the day, Robin, it's going to be there. It's going to be
there. It's sitting there haunting me, sitting there in the motorhome.
But there's no rush, is there? There's no rush. And, kind of that's what, with all our whips, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a kit, and in fact, I even it's through Annie's. It's the Annie's. I'm doing the crochet and the knit of the month, stripe of the month, and so every month they send me a kit, and it's got 3 stripes in it. Well, I can keep up with the crochet one. I can't keep up with the knit, and in fact, I just contacted them and had them not stop, but instead of once a month, I'm going to get 1 kit every 3 months on the knit one. And then I won't feel overwhelmed. It's like, they're stacking up.
Because at the end of the day, it's something what we enjoy. And if it gets to, you just won't enjoy it anymore. And it takes the enjoyment out of what we love doing, kind of things. And that's why I have as many whips as I do. I'm not under pressure. There's no rush for them. They'll get done when I get them done. And so, just I enjoy the process. And I'm learning something new all the time, guys, all the time, so, and that's what it's all about, really. And I enjoy doing what I'm doing.
This year, I didn't put pressure on myself to make a bunch of things for other people, where I did that last year. And here I am at Christmas, frantic, trying to get everything finished up. And I won't do that this year. I have one thing that's going to be for Christmas, and I've already started it. And I have one thing for somebody's birthday, and I have one thing for something else that's a gift. But I'm not, and like they're 3 or 4 months apart, so it's not everything at Christmas time.
Well, I said this year that this year is going to be like a learning process for me. I'm going to teach myself new things, designing and whatever. So if somebody wants something making, it's got to be something that I want to make. I'm not just making something for the sake of it, it's nice to get the money and that, but it for me, I want to learn to do things, so that's what I'm, that's what I'm doing in that.
Well, and having said that, if one of my grandkids says, Grandma, can you make me this? Absolutely. Yeah. That doesn't happen very often. But usually it's after they've seen, and it was yesterday I had a couple people over and they're like, can you do this? Yeah, that is easy. And it was that granny square shrug of yours. I'm like, I think I could probably do that in a few evenings. No problem.
Yeah. Especially if let's face it, a granny square, you can do it your eyes shut, can't you?
In your sleep, pretty much.
Yeah,
Well, I think we've proved we can't quite do it with our eyes shut. As that challenge,
not quite. But when I'm having my live, when I'm with Lacey and people in the chat are saying, we're sure she doesn't sleep, and we're sure she crochets in her sleep or she knits in her sleep. I don't, guys. When I get into bed, my head touches that pillow. That's it. I'm out. I'm out for the count until the alarm goes off the next morning.
And you're an early riser too, though, right?
Yeah. I'm up about between 7 and 7:30.
Yeah, I've had to get up at 6 for so many years. It's just I don't even have an alarm. And usually it's like between 5:30, quarter till. It's like I start peeking at the clock. I guess I better get up.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I must admit, Saturday and Sunday, we always set the alarm Monday to Friday, but Saturday and Sunday, no alarms. So we get up, especially on a Sunday. I don't get out of bed before 10 o'clock because obviously I've been up on the Yarny Fiber Sisters till 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 3 by the time I've gone downstairs, had a drink, wound down, because I have to sit and, come down from the high. I have to wind down. So it's 3 o'clock. So, by the time I get to bed, it can be, I mean, this Saturday, it was like 4 o'clock because I had such a high. It was 4 o'clock. So 10 o'clock I got up, but it doesn't matter, and Rick supports me as well. So
that's nice. That is wonderful. I know you said that you were designing a blanket for next year. Is that going to be knit or crochet? Well, you just said you won't knit, so I'm guessing it's going to be crochet.
It's going to be a crochet, and it's for the Yarny Fiber Sisters for the scrap yarn from this year.
Oh,
it's a scrap yarn blanket.
That'll be interesting.
So you can, So I'm in the process of trying to pick a pattern to do. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I'm in the kind of process of doing some homework on that. And then next year it's going to be it's going to be fun, guys. It really is. We've got lots of ideas, and it's lovely because kind of when we have our meeting, we bouncing ideas off each other, and we're making notes and that. So I'm really, really looking forward to what we've got planned for the rest of this year, even as well. I mean, we're talking about next year, and we've not, we still got this year to sort out, but we're really looking forward to it.
That's good. That's exciting. It's exciting that you keep learning all the different things. And I seem to always be 1 or 2 years behind on the learning. Everybody had already learned C to C, corner to corner, and then I picked that up last year. And now everybody's doing the mosaic this year, and I know I don't have time to do that. So maybe next year I'll pick. Well,
I haven't learned how to do the C to C, and I'm afraid it's not on my to-do list to learn either.
I enjoy it. I don't find it as tidy as I would like, and I've tried all the little tricks. And carrying all the color bobbins annoys me. So
I mean, it looks beautiful.
It does.
Don't get me wrong, it looks beautiful, but it's not for me. And you kind of know, don't you? I mean, I think one of the stitches that I definitely want to learn, guys, is the waffle stitch. I definitely want to learn that. And in fact, that's one of the stitches that I'm looking at for this blanket.
And the Tunisian, I know people adore that. One of my best friends, everything she does is Tunisian. And I'll do a blanket every 3 or 4 years. And I'm like, I am never doing this again. And it drives me crazy. And I did a blanket last year for my daughter, and it turned out gorgeous. And I couldn't wait to be done with it. And if I hadn't have, I was so far into it, and it was her big Christmas present, I had to finish this thing. And I was glad I did, because it turned out great. But I just every time I see a Tunisian, I'm like, I could do that in half double crochets. We don't need to do Tunisian. I
did like a cowl Tunisian. I taught myself how to watch the tutorial, and then did this. My friend came and she said, "Oh my God, that is gorgeous," and she bought it off me. Nice. That's the only Tunisian I've done. I've not picked it up since.
And I think maybe if I tried something small, because I always have to do a blanket, And I think maybe because I've seen a couple of Tunisian cowls, I want to do some cowls now that I'm back in the cold. I want to do a couple of cowls, and not the big hangy down decorative ones.
No, I like the small ones that come to here.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
In fact, I found a cowl pattern, and I'm sure it was mosaic, because it used a solid color and then a multicolor. And this yarn that I had got this, and I thought that would be perfect for that.
If you did a chocolate brown with that.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, see, look at you. Look at you. That would be amazing. So I've got that in my head to use for this. And I think with it being a 3-weight, this is Mary Maxim Artist Palette, and it's called Finger Paints, which I just fell in love with that. And you know, I am not one for greens and golds, but when they're mixed together like this, with the pinks and the purples and all the beautiful fall colors, you see,
I want to design things, but I don't want to write patterns. I'd rather do the tutorial. If I design something, I'd rather do the tutorial than sit and write the pattern.
I like both.
I want
a pattern that I can print out and write all over and make a million notes and say, put the hook exactly right there on this row. But I also want to follow along on a pattern. And I do. And you know what I do? Because of that, when I'm following a tutorial that doesn't have a pattern, I write the pattern out as I'm doing hi, Daniel, and you guys. Hey, Kathy. Hey.
Hi, Daniel.
So I will write the pattern out as I'm watching it the first couple of times. Because otherwise, I mean, I don't always have something available. You know, I'm in the car.
I think it's mainly because I'd rather be doing than sitting writing.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. There was a gal on here, and I always forget her name. Amber has started to do some creating some patterns, and she's got another gal that actually does the writing of the pattern for her. And that's nice, because then you've got the best of both worlds.
I just the thought of sitting there writing a pattern, I kind of
I don't like it either. But I can't do it without it.
I'd like to design a nice lace cowl with a hat, a knitted hat and cowl set with maybe some fingerless gloves.
I love the fingerless gloves, and I think the knit fingerless gloves, they just look better than the crochet ones. There's some things that just don't translate as well.
So I'm thinking about it. So I got so much plans and not enough hours in the day, like everybody.
Again, have you seen most of that is yarn, almost the number of boxes. And we won't tell that I just ordered something this morning. That's a secret. Shh. That's a secret. Shh. Hey, Daniel. We were just talking about Ash's videos for the knitted socks. I'm super, super excited. And I'm going to have to go buy the appropriate needles to do that, because I know I don't have anything that small. I'm sure they're tiny, tiny. But I'm super excited about that. Because, you know, I need 10 more projects. But I did end up with some fingering weight yarn. And I think, Linda, you told me about Ursula. Oh, I'm going to get this wrong. It was Ursula's gorgeous shawl, right? That you used with
Count Your Blessings.
Yes, I bought that pattern.
Count My Blessings.
And I've seen them done in multiple colors, but the yarn that I have is just one color. And so mine's going to be all one color, because that's what I've got. I got the yarn in.
It doesn't matter. I mean, that's what see, people worry about things like that. And I say, why? Because it's going to be unique to you.
Yeah.
You know, the pattern that I followed, this was kind of all, this was all one color. And you know, kind of, but it was a different color. But that is unique to me, because you know, I made that, you know, and it's what you make it, you know, that's the beauty of it, you know, kind of. I made the shawl. Ursula made, because I tested the pattern for Ursula, so mine was kind of autumnal colors, where Ursula's was bright colors, and they
Yeah.
look two totally different.
Yeah, they look totally different.
Yeah, and everybody who's taken part in doing the Count My Blessings shawl, everybody's used different yarn, everybody's used different colors, everybody's added more rows.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah, I do
just
want it longer.
yeah, so you know, everyone is unique.
Mm-hmm.
Because the color, the yarn, the person who made it, you know, so they're all unique.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Goodness, it has been just fantastic visiting with you. And for those of you that just joined us the last couple of minutes, I'm so sorry if I missed saying hello. Hello to everybody. Hello to everybody who has stuck with us all this time. My biggest problem with these lives is I just want to visit forever. And I know y'all have things to do and can't sit and listen to me babble on all day.
And I've got to go and get my supper now because it's 6 o'clock.
Yes, I have to. I've got
in the evening here now.
Oh my gosh. And I get to leave the house today. My friend reminded me, you're not stuck on the rig anymore. You can leave anytime you want.
I know. When it's awful to get used to it, isn't it?
Yeah. But I get to run a few errands today, get my nails done. They're terrible. I haven't had them done in like 4 weeks now. And I wasn't going to keep them up on the rig. It was just something fun on days off. But I thought, I'll go one more time. We'll see how it goes. And then get to go visit with my grandson today. I have not seen him yet since I've been back.
Lovely.
See the sweater I made him in person. See how it looks on him. I can't believe that. I still can't believe I finished that sweater. I'm just
that is so lovely. I just want to say thank you so much for inviting me. I've had so much fun, and you know, guys, if you have any problem with your knitting or whatever, you know, just email me and I'm more than happy to help you.
And if I did it right, I have her contact information in the description box below. There's you know, it's a 50-50 chance if I've done that right or not. But yeah, I'll know. Just pop over to her channel, which I'm sure you guys see all the time anyway. And she's got all of her stuff there. I cannot thank you enough. You have been just delightful today to visit with, and you are welcome anytime, just like any of my other guests are welcome back anytime. And we'll see you guys finish it Friday, and which this week came up on Saturday. That's how far behind him. Lots and lots of unboxings. And next week, same time, same bat channel. It's a surprise. I don't know if I'm going to have a guest or if it's just going to be me chit-chatting. And I need y'all to help me get through the morning to not be scared about my surgery. So
you'll be fine, honey. We'll all say our prayers for you anyway.
Please do. Thank you so very much. We'll talk to everybody later. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.